Hi, my name is Nicholas Jones. This is my speech for Communications 1101 for Dr. Bob Caldwell. The title of my speech is The Puppet or Puppeteer, Who Actually Runs the Government? And I'd like to introduce my audience right now. Camera, we have Ms. Jamie Johnson. Right here we have Michael Johnson, Ms. Jennifer Moore, Mr. Stephen Moore, Madison Mullis, and Kaylin Dennis. All right, I would like to get started. Have you ever pondered who actually runs the government? Most believe that the president uses his cabinet and other advisors to control what goes on in the American society as to taxes or health care and other issues. But actually there's an underlying group that I'd like to tell you about who actually controls all of those issues as well. And that group is called the Bilderberg Group. The Bilderberg Group is an elite group of political figures and financial leaders who gather in one place every year to talk about the world's issues and how they can use their influence and power to make those issues go wherever they want to go. I'd like to talk about the history of the Bilderberg Group, who's involved, and the grand scheme of the Bilderberg Group. The group began in 1954 in Amsterdam at the Hotel de Bilderberg. It was comprised of 120 people, all of financial, political, and media positions. And they gathered to discuss the world's issues of the day, like the Cold War, and how they could control what was going on there. Every year, they've had the meetings in different spots around the world, and the top 50 CEOs of North America are invited, along with editor-in-chiefs of the New York Times, Washington Post, and Newsweek, along with other political figures like nobility and cabinet members of the U.S. government. If you look deeper into the history of the Bilderberg, you'll find that they are traced back to the 4th century, to the Venetian black nobility. And in those 800 years since the 4th century, that group has grown stronger and stronger in gaining global domination. A lot of political figures in American society have been known to go to these meetings, like Condoleezza Rice, Tim Geithner, Hank Paulson, and Henry Kissinger. Also with the nobility, you have Prince Charles and Queen Beatrice, which is the Queen of the Netherlands. Also you have CEOs like the Rockefellers and other oil tycoons like Warren Buffett and J.T. Pickens. Like I said, they meet every year, and every 3 years they meet in the United States, and they meet in Chantilly, Virginia, at a hotel. That hotel is under total lockdown for the entire duration of the meetings, and nobody's allowed inside or out except for those people in the meetings. The only information that's gathered is by a group of people who hang out at least 100 yards away from the hotel, and they film the people that are going in so they know who's going in. Also, they hire moles to go in to find the itineraries of what's going on in the meetings. Many call the Bilderberg Group a conspiracy theory because they don't believe that the world can be controlled by just a certain group of people. But that's not the case. The Bilderberg Group uses this power to control the world through financial calamity. They control the world's food production and the world's population through vaccinations and disease outbreaks. People say that the Bilderberg Group is in violation of the Logan Act, and the Logan Act is an act that was passed in, I think, 1974, which said that no U.S. officials are, no U.S. citizens are allowed to negotiate with foreign governments. And many people who know about the Bilderberg Group charge many of the U.S. cabinet members with going to these meetings, and that they should be prosecuted for breaking the Logan Act. The grand scheme of the Bilderberg Group is to basically shrink the world's population by 90%, and they can do that by raising oil prices, causing food shortages, and disease outbreaks. The Bilderberg Group has been known, it is said that they have set a date for the Iraqi invasion, the meltdown of 2008 in the financial markets, and that they can pick and choose who runs for the United States president. one of my friends, Matt Boyette, who introduced me to the Bilderberg Group, said that they're the puppeteers of a global government through great wealth and power and control every aspect of life, though we may not see it because we're the ones watching the puppet show. Thank you.